everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. Hey, everyone. At Zone to Speak, I know how important it is to stay healthy, strong, and ready for every ride, workout, and adventure. That's why I'm sharing discounts on products I personally use and love. Each one designed to support your performance, recovery, and overall well-being. Whether you are a serious athlete or just trying to feel your best. And remember, every time you shop using these codes, you are directly supporting the podcast and helping me bring more great conversations to life. Psych Plus, their smart pump is a game changer. Light, compact, efficient, and perfect for keeping your tires road and gravel ready. It's also ideal for travel as you can skip the CO2 canisters. You can even change your tire pressure on the go when switching between surfaces. Get 10% off the smart pump and 5% everything else. 15% off down the road cycling gear, beautifully designed and performance-ready apparel. 15% off New Zest, clean, plant-based protein and essential nutrients to fuel your recovery and daily energy. 15% off Oleo's wellness shots, adaptogens, nootropics, and functional nutrients to support performance, focus, and recovery. I take Oleo's daily in the lead up to any of my races, and I have the pre-ride and recovery shots ready for the weekend's big training rides. If you're looking for a clean, effective boost, Oleo's is it. 10% off Cold Age. High-quality supplements, including multivitamins, collagen, creatine, and more. I take their women's fermented multivitamin and creatine daily. 10% off Loop ear plugs. Ideal for travel, sleep, sensory recovery, or managing noise at races. 10% off Clearly Not Coffee, a caffeine alternative made with mushrooms, cocoa, maca, and rhodiola. I use it every day for smoother energy, sharper focus, and better hormone balance. 10 pounds off Huel, nutritionally complete, high-protein, plant-based meals for when you are on the go and need something quick, satisfying, and healthy. Also great to take bikepacking. 10 pounds off Shokz headphones, the safest way to listen while you train with open ear technology that keeps you alert and aware on the road or trail. 35% off Frey Skincare. Skincare made for active people. I have used Frey for 10 years, designed to keep sweaty skin clear, fresh, and glowing. You will find all the partner links, discount codes, and instructions in the episode description. So go check them out and enjoy these perks. Now, let's get into the episode. Welcome to Zone to Speak. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Djura, the inspiring voice behind my cycling lifestyle on Instagram. At 53, Djura has built a strong presence in the cycling community, proving that age is just a number when it comes to pursuing an active and passionate life. From embracing both indoor and outdoor cycling to sharing her personal journey of fitness, motivation, and self-care, Djura's story is all about finding joy in movement without the pressure of strict goals. She's an advocate for cycling as a lifelong lifestyle and collaborates with brands, testing gear and continuing to push her own limits. In this episode, I will dive into her journey, her thoughts on staying strong, healthy, and motivated as we age. Whether you are a seasoned cyclist or just getting started, Djura's approach is one that anyone can learn from. Let's get into it. Welcome to Zone to Speak.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure. I'm so happy you made the time to be here. So, what inspired you to start my cycling lifestyle?
I had a normal Instagram account, normal like, the holiday pictures, but also with a lot of cycling. And yeah, I don't know. I thought, let's make an account with only cycling. I didn't expect it to like grow so much. I was making jokes sometimes like, yeah, I'm starting an account, who knows, I will get some free clothes, like this. And then, yeah, it suddenly, yeah, went pretty well.
You boomed. Yeah. You're quite popular.
And I really like, I'm a dentist assistant in my normal life, so that's not really like creative. And I like to edit photos and think about what to post, how to post. So it's also like I can put in my creativity, like on the bike, but also, yeah, on the social media.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, I worked in the financial field most of my life. So when I had the idea of having the podcast, it's also like medicine to me. It's my creative outlet. And so I relate to that. And I love your content. I found you on Instagram and your content is flawless. Not only like we get a glimpse into your lifestyle, but the content is really good. It's like well thought, it's authentic, and it's cool. It's
Thank you.
really well done. So you are Dutch. So I guess you have cycling running in your veins. But what's your story? Where did your passion for cycling begin?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like what you say, the normal cycling was already like it's the first, not the first thing, but almost the first thing we learned in Holland. So I had to go on my bike to school with wind and rain, and I didn't
Wow.
enjoy this at all. But and I wasn't that sportive either. Yeah, I had a boyfriend, and I did some roller skate, not really roller skating, yeah, roller skating, but then like ice skating, but then on the road. I don't know,
Ah,
skating maybe,
okay.
just I think you
Yeah.
said just skating.
Rollerblading. I don't know
Yeah,
either.
something like this. And I liked it, but mm, yeah, not that much that I continue doing it. And then I had another boyfriend, and he was a cyclist. And I was like, maybe I think it's nice maybe to go with you and see how if I like it. And he had an older bike, so he made it like a rideable for me. And yeah, I went with him, and immediately I liked it. So that's how it started, actually. And at that time I was smoking. And even when we go for a longer ride, I took a break and smoked a cigarette. And now
Oh my
when I think,
gosh.
yeah, exactly. When I think about it, it's hard to imagine for myself, like, what's this,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I
But the
love those
more you,
stories.
the more you are on the health way, I don't know how to say it correct, but the more you want to be more healthier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you start with something, it's like, hey, it doesn't fit in this, and it's also with alcohol. It's not that I don't drink, but I don't drink a lot, and you want to be healthier. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
I
maybe
totally
it's
really,
an
yeah.
age thing also, or you are more conscious about life, that it's shorter the older you get, and you want to be in good shape, and you want to feel good. Not everybody thinks like this, but
Yeah, no, but I understand what you're saying and relate that, once you start the health path, you start cutting what it doesn't fit into your life anymore. You
yeah,
just, yeah. And yeah, a lot of us, it would be nice if it was most of us, but that as we age, we start seeing what really matters and feeling good. It's really important. And you have mentioned that you don't set strict goals in cycling. Why is that?
because when I start doing that, it is something that I have to do. I don't. Now I need it just to feel good. And but if you say to me like you go for a goal, like I wanna I wanna ride like 300 kilometers, for example. I need to train for that, or I have to train for that, and
Yeah.
so I have to go on the bike. And I don't wanna. I wanna go on the bike, but when I want to, not if I have to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
same like I was at the end of last year. I was almost cycled 10,000 kilometers, and I was like, uh, I don't mind, 10,000 for who? And then I was so close. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try. And I was on the Swift ride, and suddenly I was like, what am I doing? I'm not enjoying. I want to reach this 10,000, but I'm not enjoying being on this bike now for like 70 kilometers, and I need to do another 90. So I stopped, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. And that's what's happening to me when I'm setting a goal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand that because I guess you feel like it's an obligation and you have to
Exactly.
do it, and there's no fun in that. While some people feel the fun in setting those goals and having
Yeah,
to do,
it's
or maybe
true.
they need that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And they like it.
Yeah.
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 So
Well, I'm more on your boat. I mean, I like setting goals and I like racing, but when it starts to be, I have to do this, I have to train today, then it's not fun. I think there is a difference between discipline that
yeah,
you
because
enjoy because,
I have discipline. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
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 Yeah. For me it's
Absolutely.
different.
Yeah. Likewise. And what does a typical week of cycling look like for you? We're talking about the 10,000 goal, which would be almost what 800, about 800 kilometers a month. What would your week look like? Do you have a training plan or you go by feel?
It's not it's talking also about the goals, of course. Sometimes I feel like I have to cycle because it's like a crazy addiction. And if you cycle like 4 times a week and the next week it's 3 times, I feel a bit like, oh shit, I wanted to do four, and
Yeah.
it maybe feels even a little bit like a failure, and in a small way. So there is a pressure anyway, a little bit, of course.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We put these pressures on ourselves, don't we?
Yeah. But I feel better afterwards. So that's also,
Absolutely.
of
Yeah.
course, why I'm doing it. But okay, I try to cycle 4 times a week, and I want like one long ride or two long rides. And long is for me like 70, 80, 90 kilometers, and two short ones like 40 or 50. Yeah, 40 is, I think, the shortest. In indoor, it's a bit different because, yeah, you probably know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and it's not really a plan, but I try to write also in my zone too, and sometimes to do some interval, and I try also to keep it like fun, to not always do the same. Yeah, something like that.
And do you cross train at all or you focus on cycling?
I do yoga once a week because I want to stay flexible.
I
And
just started as well once a week. I don't want to
yeah.
overdo it. That I stopped doing. I'm really trying to be consistent this time. So once a week it is.
Yeah. I would love to do that more often as well, but if you
There's
do
no time.
no, exactly. If you do 4 times a week yoga, I do need sometimes to see friends or do
Exactly.
something
Work,
nice with work also.
husband, friend.
Exactly. So yeah, and then I do. It doesn't. You can give it the name strength training, but I do a little bit with with dumbbells and some. Also try to do that once a week, because they say it's also very important if you get older to do strength training, but it does, for me it's not so fun.
Yeah.
It's more something like that I need to do besides the rest. And
Yeah.
from yoga you get stronger as well. It's also a bit strength training, I think. Depends which yoga you do, but
I agree. Like, doesn't look like it, but when you are holding a position, you start to
yeah,
feel that lean mass
yeah,
burn.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you are an ambassador for Zwift, and you have the beautiful indoor bicycle trainer. So you use that on when you're training indoors, and how is it? Tell me a little bit more about the indoor bike.
Yeah, I was very like honored that I was approached for. I was like, no, it's really, oh wow. And I think it looks already gorgeous. And, I really felt like, oh wow, I have a new bike. But it was but it's just an indoor bike. Nobody will see it except for me. Or all the people on Instagram. But
Yeah, thousands of people on Instagram are
yeah.
seeing it.
I was like, I live in an upstairs how do you say, upper apartment.
Yeah, upstairs.
So
Yeah.
so I had to, if I go outside, I need to go with my bike stairs and up and down. And if it was dirty, first I had to clean it before I had to
Yeah.
take it off. So now this bike is always there. I can jump on it whenever I want. And yeah, I love it. And it's like not so noisy.
That's a
Yeah.
plus. That's a big
Yeah, I
plus.
think so too. Yeah, and the only thing is maybe the saddle, but the saddle is a problem more often also with with normal bikes, and I didn't take the effort to buy a new saddle.
Oh,
It's
so you can
only
change the saddle if you want.
I don't even really know. I thought about changing it, but I don't know if it's possible.
Well,
But
check
it's
and let us
only
know.
yeah, I will,
Let
I
us know
will.
on your
In my
Instagram.
stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm really, really happy with it. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to have something like that. I mean, I'm lucky I have more than one bike, so I keep one bike pretty much steady on my Wahoo trainer, and I don't like to take it out. It's just, I know it's so simple, but I don't know why I have this mental block that I'm like, I don't want to be taking it out and put it in back.
Yeah.
So I just leave
Yeah,
it
but
there.
I think it's logical to have this mental block for these things.
One day I'll get this with bike. What are some of the most memorable rides or locations you have cycled? I mean, I've seen a lot of your local rides look beautiful.
Oh, they are normal for me, of course, but
Yeah.
I think the most impressive environment where I ever cycled were the Dolomites.
Wow. Yeah.
That
Italy
was
never disappoints.
no, it was last year, and yeah, it's like I don't know. I never went skiing or anything, but because some people know this from skiing, and so they know already that it's beautiful. But for me, it was really like a new world.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have this story about. I thought it would be nice to tell. In the French Alps, you have the called the Croix de Fer, and it's a pretty long one. And we went up with a group, and it was like I think 5 degrees. It was raining, but when you climb,
Oh,
it's not so bad because
true.
you
You get
stay warm
hotter.
and
Yeah.
everything. And then we were at this point, like we were cold, and we needed to go any further. But I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back here. So we went back. It was like the most horrible descent I ever had because I was so cold, and I didn't have gloves with me because I thought, oh, it will be okay. And I had not the disc brakes, but the other before. How do you say it? Rim brakes?
Rim brakes. Yeah.
So I didn't have the power in my hands anymore because they were too cold to
Oh,
to squeeze my
brakes. Yeah. Oh my
yeah. So
gosh.
I was really like, and at the end I was like in the shower for half an hour and in bed to get warm
Try to
again.
warm up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's beautiful environment. It was like a memorable ride, but not in a good way.
Wow. Yeah.
uh,
It's funny how those descents become very memorable. I have a couple of descents also ingrained in my memory because my fingers were locked.
yeah.
Yeah, and I learned later like how to brake better on long descents, and one of them was on the French Alps. So I'm also a victim of the French Alps descent. Yeah,
Yeah, if it's cold, it's not nice. Yeah, and also the environment around Stelvio in Bormio in Italy, and of course Mallorca is also nice. Yeah,
it's really nice. Usually good weather as well. So
yeah,
beautiful, beautiful views. How about pros and cons from training indoor and versus outdoors? Because I know you do a lot of both. Of course, I think we all prefer to be outdoors in nature,
yeah, definitely.
but we try to make the indoor as pleasant as possible because of weather or because life is busy.
Yeah.
For you, what are the pros and cons of each?
Well, of course, outside, what you say is like, yeah, that's why I cycle.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I live in a country where like it's 8 months. pretty bad weather. And if we're lucky, we have 2 months sun. And we were lucky for these 2 months. April and March or March and April were great. But that aside, what I think is a pro for me to do indoor is you don't have wind, or I don't know the word in English. When I go outside and I want to do, for example, a Z2 training, it's not always possible because there's wind force 5 or 6, and I'm going. My heartbeat is going up, so I can do that, for example, better indoors. But the same maybe with interval because you don't have traffic, and yeah. So also sometimes in summertime, also when I don't have so much time, I say like, oh, I go for 1 hour or 45 minutes and I do a training on Swift. And you've done something and it feels good and doesn't take too much time, and you could train also your, for example, VO2 max training or your Z2 training. So I think that's a big pro for indoor, and that's for me more difficult outdoor. And I live next to the sea, so here it's almost always windy. So that's also why it's a bit hard to do some trainings outside.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, wind and traffic are the cons of the outside, unless it's tailwind.
Yeah, I love tailwind.
But yeah, there are a lot of pros of riding indoors for sure. And
When
have
I'm
you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, when I'm riding with my boyfriend, I'm always like going in the front when we have tailwinds. And then I'm going very fast, and he's always like, why don't you do this when we have headwinds?
Yeah, if you were that easy, we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, what did you want to ask?
Well, if you have ever considered doing some of endurance events like bike packing or any other cycling challenge?
No. No. Yeah, I'm thinking like, how do they call this ride in the Dolomites? You have this ride. Uh, it's 135-kilometer ride.
Yeah, I don't remember the name
I
right
forgot the
now.
name.
Yeah.
But that's, it's the same thing. When I do that, I need to train, and I go there, and for example, it's like 5 degrees and it's raining or snowing. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, you found what you like, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And well, what maybe what I would like to do in my life, one time, is going on a holiday with a bike. That I think that would be. But maybe this will not be a road bike, but more. I don't know.
A gravel
Trekking.
bike.
Yeah,
It's more
something
of
like that.
You can do both.
Yeah. I think that will be a really a special experience, because when you're on the bike, you come on places where you will never get by car.
Absolutely. And you see so much more.
Yeah.
You see more details than going as fast as a car, and you see much more than walking because you can go further. And I love taking my bike on holidays. Obviously, not the bike travel itself. Usually, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but when you hand your bike bag to an airline, it's always a little bit stressful. But once you get to the destination, everything is in one piece. It's super, super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about brands, collaborations, and gear. You started collaborating with brands like Whoop, Shokz, Zwift, GHC helmets. How do those partnerships come about?
Well, the Whoop, just on their site, you can ask if you can be an affiliate. Yeah,
Okay,
affiliate.
okay.
So I filled in a form or some questions, and they, how do you say it? They
Approved, yeah.
Yeah, approve. I was saying approach, but approve me. I think that's nice.
Nice.
AGC helmets. There is this shop, Busy Bee Bikes, in the Netherlands, and
Yeah, I've
online.
seen Busy Bee Bikes, yeah.
Yeah, and they are working with AGC, and so they needed ambassadors for the helmet. And I really love the helmet, and
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, and it's really light. Most helmets are light lately, but it's really like you don't feel it on your head.
Yeah, I mean, I have a few helmets, different brands, and some I don't feel it, like you said, and some like leave a mark on my forehead, and I hate that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to know, it's just like a saddle. You have to buy it, and it's even though you try it at you can try better a helmet than a saddle in the shop. You still don't
That's true.
know after a couple of hours on the bike how it's going to
No,
feel.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to also try with sunglasses because it has to, feel
Yeah.
good with both on.
I have a really small head, so not all the sunglasses are good on me. Sometimes I look like a fly.
I like that look though. I love big because I don't want any dust in my eye.
So, yeah, I had to get used to these big ones because, like, I think I'm talking about 10 years ago. But then the glasses were smaller. And I was
Yeah.
like, in the beginning, I was like, oh, these big ski sunglasses almost, But now I'm used to it.
I think the smaller ones are going to come back. Let's see.
Yeah, everything's coming back, so probably.
Everything from the 90s is coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite pieces of cycling gear?
Oh my God, I think everything. I'm really, I like the shoes, I like the helmets, the socks, the clothing. Yeah, it's like a candy store if I'm going to a cycling shop. Yeah, so it's not
Yeah.
not one particular thing actually.
It's the whole look, head to toe. I always want everything, every color. I like helmet matching the shoes and
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
bit of a sickness, I think,
Yeah.
to want, yeah, to
And
want
I
everything.
lived in Dubai for 10 years, so most of everything I had was summer, and now I'm in Spain. So now I'm having to have more things because I need winter as well.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah, it's an expensive excuse to get more
Yeah, that
things.
is really true. Yeah.
And speaking of, again, back to Zwift, that you collaborate with them, what is your favorite Zwift ride? Can't say Tampa's Fugit because everybody does that one.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because it gives you the most kilometers when you ride
Yes.
for an hour. And I really choose that one quite often, to be honest. But qua in English. But when you look at the environment, I like the Scottish world, Scotland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really nice to the environment where you ride in.
Cool. Have to
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, I do.
So, jumping now to lifestyle and wellness, what role does nutrition play in your cycling and overall health?
Also, that is something that I became more conscious of than when I started cycling. But I had my boyfriend then had diabetes since a child,
Okay.
so he learned me pretty in the beginning how important it is. So he was the one who was saying to me like, yeah, you need to eat a bar like every hour. You need to do this and that. So because my boyfriend now, when he started cycling, he went for a ride for 3 hours and he didn't have anything with him,
My
and then he
goodness.
was like tired. I was like, yeah,
Of
of
course.
course. So now when we are cycling, I'm like, hey, eat your bar, eat your gel, eat your this.
Did he start cycling because of you?
No, he was already cycling, but
Okay.
not. He doesn't cycle as much as I do, but it's nice because when you go on holiday, you can, of
You can do
course,
it together. Yeah.
yeah. But even I think even because of my account and you see other cyclists, you get even more aware about the food and the nutrition and drink and how to use it when you cycle. Because I also sometimes were a bit easy, like with eating, like no. But then when I was in Mallorca in April also with Swift, I really ate like every hour, and I was really focused on doing it well, and I noticed that my ride, like it was more than 100 kilometers, that I felt pretty good after. So then I know that I did it good qua nutrition.
Yeah, it's not just during the ride, it's afterwards as well. It really
Yeah,
helps your
yeah,
recovery.
yeah, yeah,
If you feel really destroyed, of course, some rides you're going to feel destroyed because you
yeah,
push really, really
yeah.
hard in your limit. But a lot of times you shouldn't feel that way. Most times.
No. Yeah, and
Yeah,
exactly,
that has a
because
lot to do with nutrition.
before I never took, for example, a protein shake after, but now I'm not doing it always, but when I have a really hard ride, I certainly do it. And also, like with my breakfast, and from I wanted to put in Dutch words. When I eat breakfast, and I know when I go for a ride, now most of the time I take like oatmeal with protein powder, peanut butter, and banana, and like a big bowl. So I know I have
Yum.
a good.
Yeah, I do the same. And actually, you're the one who introduced me to my favorite protein now, New Zest. I do
Yeah,
love that. Love, 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 love. So good.
the vanilla taste is for me
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
favorite.
I like the chocolate too. Not on my oats, but I mix with Greek yogurt and it's like a chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sounds
Good.
nice. Good. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
during the midweek, I'm a bit autistic with this. I think in the midweek I eat Greek yogurt,
Uh-huh.
and in the weekend I always do my oatmeal and porridge thing.
Yeah, no, you mix in the Greek yogurt. It's like a dessert. It's very yummy and
Yeah, sounds
nutritious.
yummy.
So, yeah.
Gonna try that.
And how do you balance cycling with the rest of your life? You just mentioned you're a dentist assistant and you have a busy life. How do you balance everything? And then managing obviously the account because I know it's not easy to create content and edit
Oh,
the content and choose the
oh,
music.
yeah. I, 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 I think I put too much time in it sometimes. Yeah, really, because yeah. Well, let's start with the. I work 4 days a week. Wednesday's my day off, so
Nice midweek day off. That must
yeah,
be
yeah,
so good.
perfect.
Reset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I always want to do a ride on Wednesday, of course, and when it's good weather, I want to do a bit longer one. During my midweek, I'm not. Yeah, also very when I go when I come home, it's like 4, 4:30, yeah. And I jump on my Swift or I go for a quick ride outside, then I eat and we always walk after dinner, my boyfriend and me, every dinner we do a walk.
Nice.
And then it's like 8:30, now 7:30, and yeah, I can enjoy then like on the couch and just watching a bit Netflix and things. And then you have your social life, of course, but I'm a person that really needs to reload also on my own.
Me
Of
too.
course, yeah, of course, I can get energy from having a good conversation with friends, but like if I have to go to a birthday party with people that I don't know so well, it also costs me energy. So I really need to have my time for myself. But I noticed that, for example, when we're on the couch, I'm on my phone and I'm like scrolling like Instagram and thinking about what post to make. And maybe also there is a bit of a pressure sometimes. Like I have to post something and yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I feel a bit. And sometimes I feel, and that's maybe the same as with the goals in cycling. And this pressure I put on myself, like, okay, I want to grow and I want to, yeah, you know what I mean, I think, or you know what I want to say a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand what you're saying that
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a
same for
balance
me.
of
Yeah.
am I
Yeah.
enjoying or I'm doing because I have to keep this going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like that. Because it's true, I enjoy it too. But yeah, that's exactly what how you say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
we'll
I
find
think
balance, right? It's about
yeah,
doing it and testing it out and finding our own balance, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is all about balance.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay to take it back. It's okay to do more, as
Yeah.
long as we are in peace with this until we find what works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And what advice would you give people who feel like it's too late to start cycling or an active lifestyle?
I think it's never too late.
Agree.
No, it's really, and if we're talking about cycling, I think it's like the easiest way, maybe even to start moving, because it's not like when you start running and you are a bit older, you maybe get knee pain or other. How do you say it in English? The like your knees, your elbows. These are
Yeah, your
joints.
joints.
Joints,
Yeah,
yeah.
joints.
So yeah, with cycling, there will not happen a lot with your joints. Well, you can get knee pain, of course, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, cycling has no wear and tear unless you fall off the bike.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's true. That's true. If you're older and you fall down, it's not so good, maybe. No, no, I'm joking. But yeah, even walking, when I walk after dinner, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes half an hour, sometimes it's an hour, and we're always talking about we don't see many people walking. Most people, when they come from work, they go to eat and
sit.
probably sit. Yeah, and of course,
Yeah.
I don't have children, and many people have children, so they have to do this first, and before they are on the couch, they probably like, oh, I want to be on the couch. If you start with a little walk, I think this will be such a different if you do that every day. Just a walk
Yeah.
instead of sitting down, or go to your work by bike instead of car, if it's possible, of course. But I think you can already put it in your life, like in little steps. And
Couldn't agree more. I think those are
yeah,
great tips. And I think if you can change, like you said, the way you commute. I remember I worked in the past, they had such a cool program that if you rode your bike to work every day, they would give you money a month for like bike maintenance and stuff. But it was like something sizable, like $200 a month. I thought that was a really cool initiative. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
just it's small steps, And also, I have a dog. So sometimes I am also tired and I just want to sit down, but I have to walk my dog.
yeah,
And it's amazing how good you feel.
yeah,
You just need
yeah.
to, push yourself a little bit and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
changes.
Yeah, you have to push it. But now, now I cannot imagine sitting on the couch after dinner. Really, then I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like it's a kind of a habit now. Like after dinner, we don't even discuss it. We just
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it becomes second nature,
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
becomes a habit, it becomes your lifestyle and that's it.
yeah. And
You
what
don't
I
even
say,
think.
I wasn't really that sportive. When I was a child, I did different kind of sports, but always like for 2 years, for half a year, for a year, and then I was okay. This is not for me. So when I really get into cycling, I think 36, and I would never expect. I mean, I know people from 20 years ago, and they're like, Djura?
What?
Djura was smoking and drinking and partying and everything. So, and even now when I'm talking, when people say to me, "Oh yeah, you're like so sportive," I'm like, "I'm so sportive." Oh yeah, I
It's
think
hard to believe. Yeah.
yeah, but if I'm watching from their perspective, I'm like, yeah, I am. But it's a bit weird. But I think I'm happy that it happened to me, that I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it, and it's become a kind of it became an addiction. But I think it's a good one.
Yeah. And it must be nice to look back and see your evolution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hope that people who are like even. I mean, I was then 35, but even if you're now 50, 55 or whatever, yeah, just start.
I had a podcast with a gentleman I met in a Ironman race. And his first Ironman or triathlon was at 70 years old.
Wow.
So anyone can start anything at any age, really, really.
Yeah, wow. That's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah, and if you keep telling to yourself, I'm too old for this, I'm too old for this, you are too old for it, because
Yeah. But then what are you doing
you
for the
start,
rest of your life? How
yeah,
many years you
yeah,
have? Like,
yeah. You start to believe that you're too old for everything.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's all in your mind at the end of
yeah,
the day.
yeah.
And what's next for you and my cycling lifestyle? Any exciting plans or projects on the horizon that you can share?
Also in this, I don't have really big plans, but I'm not really a planner, actually. And no. Well, in some kind of things I am, but not really with my future. Strange enough, maybe,
That's
but
okay. Go with the flow. So then that's it.
but we also we always plan for our summer holiday somewhere where we can cycle, of course. And we go to my stepfather lives in a part of France where you can cycle. Very nice. It's not like the high altitude mountains, but it's like maybe a bit like Mallorca, this kind of.
Okay.
And we also, of course, go to the French Alps, and I'm going to Girona for the first time in my life.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
I'm
where I'm
really,
based. We
oh,
gotta
yeah,
we gotta get a coffee and go for a spin together.
yeah. Because first of all, I'm really curious about Girona. I don't know, maybe because I also see it on Instagram so many times, and everybody's going there for cycling. So I need to go there too.
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. It's really nice.
Maybe it's a bit warm in July and August, but
Yeah, well, but then you can ride to the coast and go for a quick swim and
yeah,
back.
yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I will keep you posted when I will be there.
Yeah, it would be amazing to meet up.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm so glad you're part of Zone to Speak, and I hope to see you in Girona soon.
Yeah, it would be nice. And thank you very much. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Me too. Thanks. And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.